Okay, some questions from our users. The first one comes from James. What are the differences between managing Blackpool and Leeds United?
Okay, in terms of on the training pitch on a daily basis, nothing much changes. I do a lot of the same things that I did at Blackpool as I do here. Obviously, in terms of what the club's achieved and the size of the club Leeds is a bigger club than Blackpool, and that's not being disrespectful, and we've got more supporters, so there are big differences. But to be, as we spoke about earlier, that to be able to be the manager of a club that you support is a big ambition of mine, and delighted to be given an opportunity. Love my time at Blackpool. Give me the chance in the first place, and felt that Blackpool were good for me and I was quite good for them.
Next question comes from James McDermott, who wants to know if you anticipated being in with a chance of promotion from the Championship at the first attempt.
Probably realistically not. I think our first and foremost aim was to make sure that we stay in the Championship this year. To finish halfway would have been a real reasonable season and a great season for us. This year we've given ourselves an opportunity, so what's turning out to be a good year could turn out to be a great year if we manage to fulfil the ambition of what we set out to do.
Stuart Blofeld asks, well, you were idolised at Blackpool and you always will be. How would you rate the progress they've made since you left?
Well, they've certainly taken the Premiership by storm and really sort of caught everybody's eye, and glad that I gave them sort of a foundation. And I do look back with immense pride that there's still probably 6-8 players that I signed when we were in League One that were now playing in the Premiership, and delighted for them individuals, because they were good to work with then, and they've not got too big time or anything like that because they've proved what they're capable of doing. So yeah, it's fond memories there, and delighted with the individuals that I signed are still showing that they're good players.
And who out of those in particular you...
Well, you look at like David Vaughan's done really well this year. Michael Gilk signed him. Going back a few years before that, Ian Everett signed when we were in League One and is playing in the Premiership now. Taylor Fletcher. So there's quite a few that have done well.
Next one's from Daniel Wilkinson. He asks about the younger players who have been out on loan. He mentions Leeds, Clayton and White, and he asks what you hope they will learn in their time away from Leeds.
Well, I think for a young player, if he's not played in our first team or around the subs bench, it's a great opportunity to go and develop and learn the football. And Aidy White has, when he's been at Leeds in the past, has struggled with a little bit sort of fitness in terms of gets cramp after 60 minutes or so. So a season or half a season with Oldham that he's had is great for his sort of learning experience and his development of his body. And Adam Clayton and others and Tom Lees will look back on a great experience, and then it'll stand them in good stead to see if they can make it here with us. If not with us, then they're certainly going to have a good career in the game somewhere.
And the final one comes from John Bram. He says it's been a brilliant season and he's looking forward to an exciting run-in. If we don't get across the line, where would you strengthen the team to get us up next year? And because the core team seems to be competing well, do you see one dominant player making a difference?
Look, it'll depend on sort of the budgets that we have for next year and the personnel, but we have got a core of players that are capable of being here for many years and fulfilling their ambitions of playing in the Premiership. There will be areas of the pitch that we need to strengthen. I'm not going to go out and name them with 6 weeks of the season still to go, because my players might be watching this. So we know what we'll need to do in the summer. We're obviously scouting around both in this country and in Europe to look for players to make us better than what we've done this year.